Pipeline, its newest member of the region is St. Louis. So what that means is St. Louis entrepreneurs, any St. Louis entrepreneur in the metropolitan area can apply to be part of Pipeline. And it also means we're going to bring one of our 3-day events where we bring all of our entrepreneurs and national network to St. Louis next year and every year to shine the light on what's going on here in the entrepreneurial community.
What is Pipeline?
Pipeline is a entrepreneurial fellowship for high-growth entrepreneurs. So our thesis is we are the next step for the rising stars that are coming out of the other entrepreneurial programs to support them and connect them for their entire careers.
Where does Pipeline start, and how has it been received so far?
So we were Kansas only for 5 years, and then thanks in great part to a Kauffman Foundation grant 3 years ago, we were allowed to become regional. And so at that point, we added Nebraska and the metropolitan area of Kansas City, the Missouri side, and now we're adding St. Louis 3 years later.
So what does that mean exactly for the entrepreneur? Are you looking for somebody with a crazy idea, somebody who has a working model in their garage, or somebody who's actually selling it on the open market?
So these are for existing running businesses. Accelerators and organizations like that are for the people with an idea they're trying to crystallize. What Pipeline is about is for entrepreneurs that are getting some traction, look like they may be able to build the next really big successful company here in St. Louis.
Okay, one of your successes is sitting right here at the desk. Abby Cohn, welcome Big 550 KTRS. Are you from St. Louis?
I'm actually from Michigan, but I went to school at WashU.
Okay, good enough. Now, what did you do? How did you get involved with this group?
So I co-founded a company called Sparrow Labs, and we're developing a technology that empowers asthma patients to proactively and quantitatively manage their disease. As you know, asthma is a huge problem in St. Louis and nationally and internationally as well. And I actually heard of Pipeline through the WashU community from another fellow in the program who thought that I would be a great fit.
Right. And so why was Abby's company perfect for Pipeline?
So prior to now, so that we're not confusing people, if you wanted to apply from St. Louis prior to now, you had to have an affiliation with WashU, and now it's open to the whole city.
Got it.
So Abby was a great fit.
I'm sorry, the city, you mean the region or the state? It's just that the city of St. Louis, the region?
The city of St. Louis, if you're an entrepreneur in the metropolitan area from St. Louis, you can apply to be part of the regional.
St. Louis. Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay.
So Abby was a great fit in that she had really leveraged the programs and assets at Washington University and was really showing traction. She'd won a lot of awards, business plan competitions, had money behind her venture, and was really getting the traction that we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so they suggested she apply, but she was not guaranteed a spot. She had to compete against entrepreneurs from all over a 3-state area.
Gabby,
so what will it mean then, now that she's going to be affiliated with you guys?
She was affiliated with us a year ago, so now she's a full member. But what it'll mean for all the entrepreneurs who come in is they will be connected to a national network. They will be connected to entrepreneurs who are having tremendous success around this 3-state area. So her peer group got much larger. Entrepreneurs that are in here have a really tight-knit peer group of companies making huge headway. Mm-hmm. It will mean that she will be attending, or she did attend, and entrepreneurs will attend 4 3-day intensive events where we bring in national experts to come and help them work on their company in real time, help them hit high growth. And it also means that they will be a part of Pipeline for their entire careers, which a lot of people think it's a 1-year program, and it is not. It's an organization growing now 80 entrepreneurs.
Did she get any money for this?
No, we give no money.
No money.
We charge no fees. We're a complete nonprofit. We don't take equity in the companies, which is an unusual model.
Right.
Because we're about the fellow, the leader, not necessarily just
So
their
you're
company.
about giving the resources to the business that is showing a little sign of growth or shows a pathway to giant success. You want to give them resources that they can't otherwise get or use to help them grow.
Yeah, and it's for the entrepreneur, the founder specific, not just the entire company. What they take back to their company is what we want them to do, but we're really focused on Abby being successful in this venture and the next.
Abby, what did Pipeline do for you?
I think it's hard to explain in only a couple sentences. One is kind of more the national community. Pipeline attracts and people from all over the nation, from Austin, Texas, to San Francisco, New York, Boston, to come in and help you work on your business. The other aspect is more the collaboration among the region. And I think St. Louis has a great kind of start. And we have a lot of programs to help people start and take their ideas and make them into companies. Mm-hmm. But I think on that acceleration and collaboration in the whole region, that's something where Pipeline can come in and accelerate companies and help them collaborate.
Talk about your company. Your company is it this app will help people with their asthma issues? Is that right?
Yeah, so what it is we developed a technology. It's a pocket-sized device that you blow through, and it quantifies your lung function. It plugs into the headphone jack of a smartphone.
Right.
So you can track how you're doing, and you can actually see how different things are affecting your lungs and take the right medication at the right time to really achieve what most people take for granted, which is the ability to breathe easily. And I think for asthma patients, that's not something that's
So if
simple.
you're in Beijing and you blow into this thing, you would get a different result than if you were in, say, St. Louis.
That's correct.
And so the test on your app would then tell you you need this and this and this to get through the day.
Exactly.
Wow, that is amazing. So is this currently on the market, or when will it be?
Sure. So not currently. We're kind of preparing right now for the FDA submission and clearance process, because that's kind of the mark where we'll be able to actually market the product and get it in the hands of the people who really need it, which is the patients.
And so this company's here in St. Louis.
Yes, we're based out of T-Rex.
Okay, good. And how many employees do you have now?
We have 4 full-time employees, in addition to a number of consultants that are working with us.
Gotcha. And then once you go big and huge and strong, you going to stay in St. Louis or are you going to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, right now St. Louis is a great place to be. And I think for us, it's going to continue to be. We've got great universities here, great support programs. And I think with Pipeline coming in, we're going to have that added layer of peer-to-peer network
Right.
entrepreneurship.
You're involved in Pipeline. Did you get any Arch grants or any other incentives to stay and work here?
Yes, so we received an Arch grant. We also won the inaugural Discovery competition out of WashU and also the Olin Cup. So we've won a number of competitions, and that helped us fund our progress thus far.
Do you know people who have asthma? Do you have asthma? Why was asthma your
We do not have asthma. No one actually on our team does. The interesting thing about asthma is that it doesn't get a lot of press, but we see kind of diabetes, cancer, and some of these other diseases getting a lot of attention. But asthma is actually a huge problem. And you go out and you talk to people, and it's something that they don't have a control over. And we saw an opportunity to really innovate and help people.
So it's an app on your phone to help you with your asthma. How about that? Abby Cohn is a recipient of, is it, I guess they're part of the Pipeline, is that right? Is that
Yeah,
how you
she's
say
now
it?
a Pipeline member.
She's a Pipeline member. Okay, there are people chomping at the bit, screaming at me to ask you, now that Pipeline is open to St. Louis metropolitan area, how do people apply? How many spots are there? How does it all work?
So they can apply, and that's a really important point. The deadline is October 21st, so it's really soon.
Okay, so it's like 14 days away from
Yes,
now.
and so pipelineentrepreneurs.com, hit the apply button, and all the information, deadlines, facts about next year's modules are all on there. That's
Right.
number one. Number two, at 11 o'clock today at T-Rex, we're having a very impromptu get-together for people who want to apply, so come on down for that. And then each year, we don't have a set number, but we pick around 10 to 13. But everyone competes for that spot from around the region. We take the best entrepreneurs, but we're confident with what we know about St. Louis that we're going to have a great number of qualified entrepreneurs.
Are
from
you
St. Louis.
looking for the next future genius who can figure out an asthma app through a smartphone, or are you looking for technology only, or other things that makes a better mousetrap? What are you looking for?
So we're looking for the whole portfolio. So one of the things about Pipeline that is also unique is we call it industry agnostic. We don't care if you're in a straight tech company, a life science company, consumer products. What we care about is that you have that drive to build a really significantly large company and work together to do it.
So if you're a farmer and you found a new way to grow corn, or you're working at a steel mill and you figured out a new way to make steel, or a widget for steel or whatever else, that's just as good as a tech company.
As long as you've already built a business around it. We're
You
not
already have to
looking
be existing.
Yeah, we can't be it's not just an invention or an innovation. You have to have wrapped a company around it and be getting traction.
Right. Now, she's not necessarily selling it yet, but she had a business, it was ongoing, and you saw potential.
Sure, life science companies look different. Our definition of traction for a life science company is going to be very different for, say, a software company. Software
Gotcha.
companies generally have customers. She might be in FDA trials for quite a while, but she, in the definition of life science, has serious traction for her company.
There you go. Pipelineentrepreneurs.com. Pipelineentrepreneurs.com. And Abby, to hear more about your company or to find out more, what's the website?
SparrowLabs.com.
SparrowLabs.com. Some extraordinary stuff. Abby Cohn and Joni Cobb.
Congrats, Abby.
Yeah,
by the
congrats.
way.
Great, fascinating stuff, and great to see St. Louis doing so well. Thanks for coming in. 8:31 here, Big 550 KTRS.